Hi guys. Just gonna like do my, I'm Celeste by the way, but I'm just gonna like do my hair really quick. Actually, I'm gonna dry my face and then do my hair and I'll be back. I think everyone's been feeling the energy of Halloween. I've been feeling like Christmas energy a lot. And Halloween like mixed together. And it's August. Like, that's kind of early, right? I don't know. I don't know what that is. That was a lot, but it was like barely coming out, so I was like, you know what? I don't know what I'm gonna use the extra part for. That's crazy. Okay. I have like dry skin on my nose a little bit. Just making sure we're hydrated and stuff. It feels like aloe, basically. Just hydrating. There's extra ice, so I get to put it on like anywhere. I just want to like use it so that it's not going to waste. But any part of me could be moisturized. Like it doesn't matter. I can moisturize my arm. Like it doesn't do anything. You know what I mean? Like. Now my nose is itchy. I don't know why. All those products. My face. What do I want to do? Ew, I got soap on my hand by accident. Okay. I don't know why. Well, there's not a reason, but yeah. There's not a reason for anything. I just say that. That was kind of odd. I smell like French toast. but let's go. I'm gonna eat one of these. It's like a pancake. It's like a blueberry breakfast sandwich pancake thing. It's kind of a weird angle. Wait, should I get a tripod? Okay. That's pretty good. Okay, it's a little bit high up, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I also want coffee. They look like this. Kind of looks like a breast implant. No, actually, but like, imagine. It's like, you know, like it kind of does, but it kind of doesn't. Because you know how it's like weird like that? So. Which one do I want now? It's the same. But like, in my brain it's not the same though. But like, you know. I'll totally like see two different energies on items that are the same all the time. And then I'm like, oh, so it matters so much now. Like, and then I can't choose. And I'm like, well, I'm supposed to know what the energy means just by knowing what it feels like. How would I know what that, like, how would I just instantly know? Oh, and then of course, because of the ice, it looks so sparkly. Sparkly in this light. Does it? Yeah, look at that. That's cute. Glitter sandwich. What I do is just microwave it for 2 minutes just on a plate like this. I think on the box it probably says like wrap a paper towel on it, but I hate that because you know there's gonna be paper towel in the food. And then you can't get it off, and then it's like you don't know if you're supposed to eat it or go completely insane. So, you know, like, what? Okay, 2 minutes. I think that's what you're supposed to do. I mean, it's not on here. Like, I think you wrap it in a paper towel and then microwave for 80 seconds. Like, why would I do that? I want it to be fully cooked and not have paper inside. I think I'm gonna put Cinnamon Toast Crunch in my coffee. Because, like, why not? Like, I feel like it's not that bad. Not, like, bad. But I mean, I feel like it isn't gonna be gross. Like, I feel like it isn't gonna dissolve necessarily and be gross because it's the same thing as milk, but it's coffee. You know. I'm just gonna put like a handful in. Of course, the sandwich decides to do what it wants while in there. Because she's a baddie, she knows what she wants, you know? So, because of that, she does what she wants. Okay, 1 second. This tripod. Can be all crazy sometimes. Okay. I think that's good. I think that's good. I think that's good. Oh. You know what I forgot? I didn't take into account that coffee is fucking disgusting before I made this drink. This cereal drink. I forgot. And I know I put cream in there, but that didn't change anything. And the sugar on these just disappears immediately. Losing my mind. Because why is it so bad? Did it at least flavor the coffee? Probably not. No. It made it worse. It made it more bland because I was expecting it to be a little bit sweet and a little bit good, and it made it like so much worse. So much worse than I could possibly even, you know, remotely understand or expect. I kind of like the texture if I don't think about it, but if I think about it, it's weird as hell. It's really bad. Hello, why is it still cold? Why is it still cold? It smells good, but why is it still cold inside? Not the meat's hot, but is the egg cold? No. Why is the bread cold? I mean, it's not cold. It's like room temperature. It's room temperature. So. No, imagine. These were my eyes. Like, would you talk to me still? Would you ever talk to me again if I looked like that? Like, if those were just, like, my natural eyes. Not, like, the color, like, not, like, inside. Like, if these were my eyes. Like, if I didn't have this, but I had this, would you actually still talk to me? I don't know. I think you're shallow. I think you're shallow. I don't think you would ever talk to me again. Because you're just like that. That's how shallow you are. You wouldn't even see the value in it. Like, seriously though. Okay, this is floppy though. Like, it's good for what it is. It's good for a breakfast sandwich. Like I said, I've been feeling like the energy of Christmas lately. And like the energy of Yule. Like what I would call a Yule energy. I haven't decided what it means for me yet though. But I made it the idea that like the stronger you are and the stronger your soul is and like the stronger your imagination, you just have more energy to like project onto the holidays. So you get to have like a more complex experience. But like, as in, there's no reason you can't change like what those could be for you in your lifetime. Like you can make it go from like a negative thing or just like a meaningless, boring thing to like something like so crazy. You know, just with energy. Not like, there's like cheese under my nail. Like what a weird problem to have. And then eat it anyway, like that's weird. I don't know. I do eat meat, but I hate looking really close to the meat and seeing what looks like it's just a part of the meat, but you know when it looks like there's like a hair in the meat, but it's not hair. It's just like how the body was. Like earth food will freak me out sometimes. Yep, now it's like freaking me out more. Like the more I talk about it, I guess, but like to be fair, that doesn't mean anything. Like I can talk about anything I want. Like, what do you mean? Like you know when if you bite like a sausage or something, so like it does that thing sometimes where you like press your teeth down and it feels like there's sand or something like a little bit bigger than sand. But like, the fuck is that? Bone? You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna just take the meat off right now. It's only that much left, but I'm gonna take that off and just eat it with the egg because meat freaks me out sometimes. Like out of nowhere. You know? Like the second it's not perfect, I want to talk about it because I'm like, okay, like that's my experience, like I deserve that right. But then if I go back for another bite, it'll literally just be sand like in between my teeth mixed into the meat, right? Or like that feeling where it's like, why are there like grains of something unless it's ground up bone, like, or like extreme cartilage on like a chicken or something, you know what I mean? Like it's like I can't even pretend this feels like food anymore. But I don't know. Meat, inconsistent. I like other foods more because meat just scares me lately. I don't know. I'm trying to be like, talking about something doesn't make it true, but then when I talk about it, it becomes true, and I'm like, okay, so like, it's still not my fault that that's true because it's just the way that it was, but like, goddamn. You know what I mean? Like it would bend all of the laws of physics and to be unprovable if I thought it were like because of me. And it wouldn't really. I can predict some stuff, but like, what do you mean I can predict what the next bite is going to be in like ratio when it doesn't look any different? You know what I mean? Like that kind of doesn't. But now when I look at it, it looks like it's like made out of like pinata. You know what I mean? Or like, obviously it looks like this. My eyes don't work differently, but like when I look at it, like, you know, my third eye is like, that's a pinata, that's paper. Like, what do you think you're eating? You know, but it's fine. I'm just gonna like throw away this little tiny bit. I'll be back. Be here. Oh, that's better. That's better. When I tell you this is disgusting, I put cream in it, but it tastes almost like black coffee with like, it's kind of like the texture of if there were some kind of cheese in it. But I've had cheese in coffee, or not coffee, in hot chocolate before, because my grandma used to like put cheese in hot chocolate. I don't know if that was like a Colombian thing or not, but or if it still is, I don't know, but yeah. So I feel like I've tried it because of that. Like, I've seen her do it, so I'm pretty sure I tried it too. But this is not the same either way. It's like, it's just like very soggy cardboard. Chewable coffee. The unflavored part is, I think, the problem. The unflavored part. I don't know if you guys hear that. Just sirens going down the street. Like, okay. You did not survive. I don't know. Maybe you did. Hopefully you did, but like, you know. I just joke about it because obviously what I say isn't gonna just like come true, so, you know. But, yeah. Coffee is one of those things where I feel like you have to like just, not that you don't enjoy it, but sometimes you just get through it because it's like, why is it flavored this way? You know, like, oh, whatever weird combination I did must have been my karma. Now let's continue life. No, I don't know. I think about karma weirdly, but also I don't think I'm wrong. But I think different people's karma just hits them faster than others. And that's what I'm super interested in. I feel like if I had karma, it would have been by tomorrow. You know, it would have been by today. It would have been by yesterday. Like, so in a sense, I know I'm good. Because even if I were to do something that would have given me karma, like, I'm on the fast side of it. So, I don't know what else that means. But what I know is that if I were to have karma, it would be by tomorrow, so at least I know by the next day. By Friday, I'm like, I'm good, you know? Or by, actually, I think today's Thursday, but no, it's not. Yes, it is. So, yeah. I would know by like Monday, I'm definitely good on that, if I had karma. You know what I mean? I don't know why. I don't know if it's because I just, nobody, like, I'm not like famous. I don't know if that's a factor, or if some people just have like I'll deal with it after my life karma. I feel like there's some people who, like, the way they die someday is their karma, and then they just deal with it after their life on earth, which I don't really like that mindset, because in my opinion it feels more like they have the idea of like, you can't heal while you're still a human, or like everything that happens ruins you in some way and then you can't heal while you're still a human. And that's not something I really believe in. I believe that you can like come back to yourself and fix everything if you actually wanted to. I just think people don't choose that. So then the way they die is their karma, and then but that's not it, because then they still have everything else about whoever they became that they have to work on in between. So I don't know about you, but someday I'm gonna leave what is where it is, and then I'm gonna do whatever I want, and I'm not gonna be like oh my god, how am I gonna fix myself, like in between lifetimes or something. I'm not about to be doing that. I would rather face that now and then be like, okay, like I'm good. So I'm not really worried about, like, I don't do anything to where I would have karma, and if I did, it would be tomorrow. So by the next day, I'm like, so like I'm pretty great, you know? But I watch people all the time where it's like, I know you're running around doing stuff, and I know your personality hasn't changed, but I know that the tower moment of the return of the energy that you put out, like, you're on the slow track of karma, because you would not be the same person by next Thursday if you got the karma of what you did to that other person. You would have gone by 10, like, through 10 different versions of yourself by now. You would be like somebody unrecognizable if you got your karma, for some people, immediately. I think if people are magical, they get the return of their own energy faster, or if they know anything about spirituality and magic. But if they don't think magic is a thing, they're probably more so like afraid of like figuring out what their karma is. Like, I don't think it's natural to have a fear of magic, because, you know, unless you have extreme trauma, which you probably don't, like, because I'm talking about like dead body cut open, like trauma, like, not that other trauma isn't real, but that's not the type of trauma we're talking about. Like, I think you have to have some, like, otherwise it's your own karma that you're just scared to face, because you're like, how much is it? How much is it? Oh no, how much is it? Or you'll see celebrities that are even billionaires and they're like, how much can I afford? Well, it's kind of unnatural if you have infinite money to be like, how much can I afford? Right? Because you would think that's the mindset of not having something, but then it's like, what kind of weird karma are you expecting? Something. You're still expecting something. You're thinking of something specific, even if you're not consciously aware of it, and you're still expecting something. You're still expecting something. It doesn't matter, even if I talk about it, because you know what? If I talk about it, it's not gonna make them less afraid. If a million people saw this, and a million people are not gonna see it, like 3 people are gonna see it, if a million people saw it, like 3 would change their ways. So talking about something, it's almost like if you really did give away the most of your information, if a million people saw it, 3 people would change their ways. And you would have 9,000 haters and the rest just scroll past it and change their mind about watching the video. So 3 would probably change themselves, you know? Like, it doesn't matter. 1 person would actually believe it, but 3 would care enough to change themselves. Like, it doesn't, you know, it doesn't compute in the modern day era that karma is even out there. So. You know what's kind of bad about this combination? It's almost like as if it's gelatin, because it's so, I mean, I guess it's like if you put your cereal in the microwave. I wouldn't, but like, when I was a child, I would drink like warm milk or something. I don't know why. I didn't like it. I didn't like milk, but like, that was what children do. That was what children have, so. I was never a cow, but, you know. I think about that, like, what does cow milk do to a human? I don't know. But, yeah. I don't think it does a whole lot, but You know what I've been doing? Meditating. This actually doesn't make sense. You're gonna be like, what's that? It doesn't make sense. How would I explain that? I'll just pick a part of my life that's like impossible to change because it doesn't make sense for it to be possible, and then I'll meditate on like why it feels so impossible to change. But I'll pick something intentionally that's like impossible to change, or that should be impossible to change, and then I'll just meditate on like, well, what's possible about it, and then it feels less impossible very fast. But I don't know, guys. I don't think it does anything. I mean, it does, but you know. Okay, I'm gonna skip out the cereal and throw it away because I'd rather just drink the coffee at this point. Not all of my life decisions are legendary. They're not all good. Some of them are seriously not good, you know? Like putting cereal in my coffee. I was probably living out some very small form of karma doing that, you know? Like, but you have to experiment in your life a little bit. I don't know. A little bit. But yeah. I'm gonna do that and I'll be back. You'll see me. You know what? Suddenly it tastes better. Removing the cinnamon toast crunch flavored the coffee. Ow. It didn't really hurt, but like, you know when you like bump your teeth on the drink and you're like, when did that even happen to me? Like, that wasn't supposed to happen. I care about my teeth a lot, but like, I don't always think about them, but then when I bump them on like a drink, I'm like, what? Now I'm thinking. Now I'm thinking. Now I'm thinking about things. Now I'm thinking about things. Wow. That's an example of the type of thing that I would like meditate on though. I would be like, things that feel like impossible to change, right? Like, I don't know. I don't have like dental like issues or anything, but I'm like, if you meditate on like that type of thing and see if you can fix it or why it feels impossible, it's not always like I fixed it, I didn't fix it. It's like, well, why does it feel impossible? Because if you open your mind to like what part of it is impossible, just because nobody has done something or nobody that you know of has done something, like what if that doesn't mean that it's impossible? Like that kind of thing. That kind of thing. I don't know what else I want to talk about right now. I feel like I give out so much of my business. My business I give out. So I'm like, what do I want to say? What do I not want to say? I'm like, okay, my dream last night was nobody's business. What else is nobody's business? I don't know. Future album ideas that I haven't announced are nobody's business. Like, but also nobody knows who I am, so I don't have to, like, keep it a secret. I could just tell you guys if I wanted to. I'm not going to, but like I could. Guess what? Like, I think some people make their lives super weird karmically. Some people who are artists. Because their energy they actually have just mixes with the fact that, like, you're told that you're waiting for something, then you feel how bad that person's energy is, but then you think it's you. You know, like, if you don't know, then you feel the energy, you're like, oh, like, is that me? Like, I'm the one who's waiting for something, so in the waiting for something energy that they have, like, you absorb. So, you can kind of feel when they're, like, waiting for a release and stuff, like, I don't know how it works. It's weird. I'm not really a fan of, like, the long waits for a release. I don't get the point. I'm like, if it were me, I could release like multiple albums during the time that you spend waiting for one. Like, it's like, I don't know. Just stupid weird stuff. Some people get paid to let you wait. I don't know, which is fine. If you're into that and you're paying to wait, I guess. That's your thing, but it's also like when a celebrity has an energy that feels like they're like starved, not like physically, but like their soul, and then you every time you scroll you see that same person, it becomes too much energy to like take in. Because, like, you know, if somebody really thought that was themselves every time they felt that energy, they would like die, you know. Like, I don't know how they're out there surviving believing it's themselves and they don't know what the energy is, and then yeah, like, but this planet to me feels like it's at a very like low level, not the lowest, Okay, here's what I picture. Sometimes I think if you like build up your imagination, you can just like get a feel for the other planets that are out there, and then you just know, you know? So, but I think there's planets that are like better and worse. I think there's planets that have a more severe contrast between some people have resources and some people don't. Like this planet has like a contrast, but I think there's some planets where it's like an extreme contrast, like not something we've ever seen. You know? Like those real like dystopian novels, but like worse. Like I feel like they're just channeling energy from those exact real places. So which, if you're a billionaire right now, that's what it would feel like. But I'm talking about places where it's like basically if half the population lived the life of a billionaire, but the other half just, you know, sold organs to like stay alive or they died, you know, and everyone's watching that out the window of like, you know, eating their food at a restaurant. Like, and then it's like gray everywhere and like weird, you know. Like those kinds of like, you know, dystopian scenarios, like I really do think like, you know, for the people that are like totally into that, I guess, and they're like billionaires now, it's like, that's maybe like the kind of world they're used to or whatever, but I mean, it's the kind of world they create for themselves here, and this is like barely even a place where that, like there's billionaires, but it's barely a place where that really is like a common experience, you know? So. I don't know, I'm thinking about like manifestation like a lot, but I always am. Because you know how the world is and how like upgrading would feel magical. So like I think about that. But it feels equally like as difficult when I don't get results. As if I wanted to like manifest my feet turning into hooves, you know, like that feels more likely if I wanted to choose that. That feels more likely. It feels more likely that I could levitate or something. Like, that feels more likely. You know what I want? I wish I could, like, catch myself levitating and just find out. Like, that's what I wish. Like, I don't want it to be, like, if I could, I don't want it to be, like, oh, it was so hard. You know, I want it to be, I want the kind of situation where I just find out. I know not everyone believes in that, but I obviously believe in that very seriously. Very seriously. And as I think everybody should. Because it's not hard to be open-minded. There's like a tiny knot in my hair. I think that's all I want to do for this video. I love you guys. Bye. Rawr.